no one can make us to experience a result for which we ourselves have not created the causes, positive or negative. No one can make us experience something positive or something negative if we did not create the causes to experience it. What others can do, they can be a condition through which the causes that we create manifest. So, when we experience an adverse circumstance, how to transform that another way? To see it, to acknowledge it, not as the cause of our suffering, but as a simple condition through which the causes that we created in the past are being manifested and are exhausting themselves. It's like, if I need to pay a loan, who's to blame that I need to pay the loan? The bank that is asking me? Or the fact that one day I requested a loan? I think it's because one day I requested it, right? So what happened is that the bank requesting is just the condition through which I need to pay. But the real cause is the fact that one day I asked for the money. So, similar to that, instead of pointing the finger towards others and saying, you are the one to blame for my suffering, we just remember that the adverse circumstance that we're living, of body, speech, mind, and the environment and so on, is just the result of something negative that we have done in the past, which is manifesting now. So welcome, let it manifest. One bill less to pay. One bill less to pay tomorrow. It's like, there is a little bit extreme example about this, which is there was one monk, one elder monk in Tashilhunpo monastery, which was a disciple of Lama Ganchen previous life of Kachan Sampela. And then, so he had a lot of faith on Lama Ganchen when he was young in the monastery. So, but he told me that one day, this monk went to him and he asked, oh please, could you please pray for me? I want to die with a very painful sickness, a very bad sickness. Magaji said, what? That's strange. I think at the time, Magaji was around 11, 12 years old. He said, what? Then he said, yes, please. I know why. So I said, okay, if that's what you want, you're really sure about it, I will make my prayers. And then Magaji went to live in Lhasa, and he came back after around 8, 10 years, something like this. And then when he came back, he went to see this monk. And there he was, very old, and with a very bad sickness. He had something in his throat. It was so when the throat was, there was a hole in his throat. He had a lot of difficulty for eating, and no special care there also. And a very difficulty to speak, and he was really in a difficult situation. But he was very happy. And then when he saw Lama Ganchen, he said, thank you very much. My wish was realized, was granted. What was his objective? He had a very simple logic. His point was, this body have already given everything that it could give. I am in the end of this life. I prefer to pay the debts with this body than carry them to my next life. As many debts I can pay with this body, the better. I leave them with the body. Then I will be reborn with more light, with less debts in the next life. So this sure is something that can be done only by someone that have really the preparation and the awareness and everything else to do that. Okay, but this is just making an example of the fact that when we experience the suffering, it's not the cause of our suffering is not happening in that moment. That's just a condition through which something that we made in the past will manifest. This is not to purify the negativities, okay? When I talk about practices of purification, it means, following the metaphor, it's to be able not to pay the bill, the debt, without, it's like eliminating the debt without needing to pay for it. That's a purification. It's like an amnesty that we get. It's like, okay, we eliminate the causes without needing to experience the results. That's a purification. The point of this monk was simply, this body is very old, it's useless, now cannot do much. So I prefer that to pay whatever I can pay with this body, the better it is. So that's what his concept. But anyhow, we don't need to go to these extremes. Simply whenever we experience something difficult, something negative, instead of pointing the finger around and blaming others for our suffering, Just remember that this is nothing more, nothing less than a condition through which the causes that we have created in the past are manifesting, and it means that we are making our negativities less and less, because we are paying for some debts that we have made in the past.